My lovable lovelies, and welcome back. So today I just wanted to do a bit of a get ready with me again, but this time it's like mostly new products. I got a whole bunch of new products in this bag. I recently went to Sephora and grabbed a few new things that they have. I wanted to try out the Beauty Blender Glow All Night Kit. It's just got the setting and refresh spray in there with a beauty blender and a powder puff. And I wanted to check that out and see how that is. I got the Marigold eyelashes from House of Lashes in Sephora. I'm so excited about these. These are so beautiful to me. And I picked up the Rihanna lip paint in the shade Undefeated, which I'm just into the bold lip paints lately, so we'll just see how I like it. I've heard that it bleeds a lot. I tried it in store and it did bleed, so I'm gonna try it with a lip liner and see if that works. Hopefully that will fix the situation and then we won't have a problem. So I'm also going to be trying out the Cover FX Power Play foundation and concealer. I have had these forever now, probably since like summer. I think they launched in like spring of last year and I got them in summer and I haven't used them at all. So we're gonna try these out and see how we like these. And then we're just gonna keep it going with the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Gel Brow Mascara in the shade Grind. Just kind of testing this out, seeing how I like it. So far I like it pretty well. It doesn't hold my eyebrows up very well. Like if I want the feathered look, it doesn't really place them very well. It just gives a lot of like dimension and fiber to them. So I do have to use like the Anastasia brow gel to actually lift them, but it's still a pretty good product. So far I'm liking this. We're just gonna continue with that. And that is it for like my new products. Everything else is just pretty basic. I'm gonna be using the Natasha Denona Blush and Glow kit for my blush and highlight, which I think is beautiful. And of course I'm really trying to hit like pan. I've hit pan already. I'm trying to empty it out. The Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer. It's almost gone. We're almost there, baby. I also have this new liner, this new liquid liner from Sephora. It is the Stylograph Fine Line Liquid Liner. Let me crack this bad boy open. I actually got this in my gratis from Sephora, so I wanted to try it out and see like just how well it works, like how fine of a line it is, like what kind of wing it's going to give me. So we're just gonna test this out today. Okay, so the Stylograph Fine Line Liquid Liner in obviously the shade Black. We'll try this out and see just how fine of a line it really is. Put it to the test today. And that is pretty much it for all my new products. So let's just go ahead and jump into it, alright? Okay guys, so just jumping right into it, I finished with the Cover FX gripping primer that I had. I really like that one, so now I want to put the blurring primer to the test. So I have a little sample of that. So that is what I'm going to be using as my primer today. Oh, it's got that really soft, like, silicone-y feel that I'm not really crazy about. We'll see, I don't know. I didn't care for it in the Touch and Soul No Problem primer. I don't care for it in the Smashbox one. I don't care for it in the Tarte one. I doubt that I'm going to care for it in this one because I hated it in the original one. Like, hated all the original Cover FX primers. Cannot stand them. So I was really surprised that I even liked the gripping primer, but I have a feeling I'm not going to like the blurring primer very much. Okay, so now jumping into our foundation, I am using the Cover FX Power Play foundation in the shade N20. So we're going to try this out, and I'm going to buff this in using the IT Cosmetics Airbrush Foundation Brush in the number 101. So let's just get started. I don't really know how thick of a coverage this is or how much I'm going to need. So I feel like this foundation went on not the best. It just looks a little kind of patchy almost and just kind of dry, but it doesn't feel dry. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know if this camera will even pick it up, but just the way it looks on my skin, like up close, I'm like, I don't know. We'll try it out today, but I don't know about it. Maybe this is just me being paranoid and just like overlooking myself in the mirror, you know, like I do that sometimes. So That could be it, but we're just gonna roll with it. We've already got it on. So let's just jump into the concealer. So we're using the Cover FX Power Play Concealer in the shade In Light 1. So let's just swipe this on and see how we like this real quick. So I have got to get ready for work. I have to work at Sephora today from 11 to 5:30. And then I am starting my first American Eagle floor set, which I used to do floor sets when I worked in Memphis, Tennessee. Now I'm working in Redding, California, and this is my first one, and I have that floor set 6 to 10. So today is going to be a busy day for me. So I'm just trying to get ready the best that I possibly can and like use things that I feel like will last all day. This is supposed to be like a really good like longevity foundation. I just haven't tried it, so this will be a good wear test day for sure. It's going to the test to the max. Yeah, it just looks a little dry to me. What do you guys think? Maybe the setting spray will bring it back to life, but it just looks so dry. Maybe it's just me. So let's just go ahead and set that. I don't have a new setting powder or anything, so I'm just going to be using my Becca Hydra Mist setting powder, and we're gonna set the shit out of this foundation. I mean, we're gonna powder it, we're gonna spray it, we're gonna do everything we can, because like I said, we are working all day today. We do not have time for touch-ups. We do not have time to be redoing anything. So we need this shit to last all day long. So hopefully it will. Oh shit, I didn't even think about it. I could have used my powder puff. It came in the Beauty Blender thing. Look, isn't this cute? So like, it's got a side where you can like slide your fingers in there, you know, obviously, but then you can put them in there, so then there's like this one soft side, and then it's got the puff side. So like the side that you can use for like if you want to pull down your makeup or something like that, like if you need to pull your eye or something and it's not gonna leave fingerprints, and then this side you can use to like lay your powder down. I thought this was the cutest thing ever when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to use this, and then I forgot to use it. So way to go, Whitney. Win. I'll use it a little bit. I'll just set under the eyes a little bit more. Oh, that is perfect for setting under the eyes. That is absolutely perfect. I struggle with it sometimes. Like, even with my small bullet crease brush that I have, I still struggle with it sometimes. Just powder getting in my eyes. And I wear contacts, so that's like a huge problem for me, because then all day long I'm like, okay, there's something on my contact, there's something on my eye. It drives me crazy. So this is great. I love this so far. That was a really good idea, Beauty Blender. Way to go. Okay, so we've got everything set. Let's go ahead and do our brows real quick. So let's jump into the Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Mascara, I guess is what it is, in the shade Grind. Okay, now I'm going to set my brows using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Let's just do this real quick. Set them into place so they look all nice and feathery. And voila, we have brows. So I forgot to use the Beauty Blender that came with the set as well. I used a brush. So epic fail. Way to go, Whitney. Didn't use two of the products that came in her new product thing. So epic fail. So let's just pop on a little bit of color just using my Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer with my Morphe Slanted brush, contour brush. I think this is about done, y'all. I'm actually excited. I don't know, like, I don't even remember the last time I hit pan in anything. Like, oh my god, I finished off a product. Holy shit. But it's like a little sample size, like, Ipsy bag. Like, and I'm like, oh, I finished off a product. No, this is like a sample, bitch. Like, come on. So as much as I had to dig around in here to get this much color, I think I'm gonna call this one done after this. Yay, we finished one. So now let's jump into our blush and highlight. So we're just using the Natasha Denona Blush and Glow Kit. They don't have shade names or anything. It's just called the Blush and Glow Kit. So here goes nothing. So I'm just going to use my Smashbox blush brush and just jump into this blush shade right here. And I actually got this during I think it was the Rouge 20% off sale they had like right before Christmas. And then it was like 20% off of that as well. So it ended up being like 19 bucks or something for this. And I was like, dude, I have to have it. Have to have it. So I got it. So now we're just going to jump into the highlight side of this, and I'm actually going to wet my highlighting brush. This is just a Walgreens highlighting brush with the Beauty Blender Redew setting spray. It's a set and refresh spray. So I'm going to wet my brush with this and see how well this applies wet. So I think you have to shake it. It's got a great mist on it. I love that. I love something with a good mist, like a fine, super fine mist. Yes, live for it. Y'all, this is really pretty. I think it's going on so smoothly. And it's just like just the right amount of like sheen. Sparkle, sparkle. Okay, so now what I think I want to do is jump in with this liquid liner. But first I want to pop a little bit of shade on the lid just before I do this. Not anything too much. I think I just want to pop into the Modern Renaissance palette, kind of like, since this is the palette that I'm using for the month. So I think I'm gonna drop into this, I'm not sure how you say it, Beyond Fresco, something like that. So I'm gonna drop into that as my transition shade, and then maybe like the Vermeer shade or Primavera, probably Vermeer. So let's just go from there and see how we like it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I forgot to put shadow primer on. Okay, let me do that real quick. This is just the Urban Decay primer potion that I always use. I know a lot of people come into Sephora and they're like, oh, I don't use primers, I don't need eyelid primers, I don't need face primers. And I'm like, good for you, girl, save the money, that's awesome. But I can't go without a primer. Like, if I don't have a primer on my lids or on my face, I don't have a good makeup day. Like, my eyelids are too oily, my skin, I have combination skin, so in some parts it breaks apart, or my makeup will break apart, and some parts it'll just look patchy and dry and it'll just stick to it. So it's not a good look without a primer for me. So I have to go the primer route. So I just have to spend that extra little bit of coin, but I end up looking better throughout the day. So it's really not that big of a deal to me. I'm like, do I want to look like garbage at 2:30 or do I want to look fresh as hell? Like, pretty sure I still want to look fresh as hell, so I'm going to spend the extra 30 bucks on that primer. Okay, so like I said, jumping into this Beyond Fresco, I guess is how you say it. I don't speak French. Is it French? I don't even know. I'm just dusting that into the outer corners as well. Now let's just take the shade Vermeer on a wet brush and just pop that on the lid and see how we like that. Ooh, pretty. So that is really soft looking to me, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that Beyond Fresco, I guess, whatever, however you say it, shade, and just drag that along the lower lash line as well, and then just wing it out. think it looks a little bit better. So now let's just go ahead and try and draw our wing on. This is the difficult part for me. So, using the Stylograph Fine Line liquid liner from Sephora, let's just jump into it. That is a super fine line. If you want a liquid liner that's like super thin, this is a good one. So that is a super thin line. What do we think? I'm getting better, but I'm still really shaky, so bear with me. I never can get them exactly the same, no matter how hard I try. And I tried really hard. It's okay. Okay, so got that on. All in all, I think this is a really great liner if you need a thin line. If you're looking for something thicker, this might take you forever to deal with. So if you're looking for something thicker, maybe like the Dagger liner from Kat Von D or just any other basic liner, this one is just, I mean, it's just a thin liner, so it's just going to take you forever to get that thicker line. But all in all, it's a pretty good liner so far. I mean, we'll see how it wears. Like, hopefully it won't, like, leave that weird line right there when my eye starts to water. That is, like, the worst. So we'll see. We'll see how it holds up. So now let's go ahead and pop on some mascara. Just going to use the Benefit Roller Lash. Pretty typical for Whitney. I'm almost out of it. Like I'm getting down to like the nitty gritty of some things. Like I'm finally got some empties and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm actually using enough product where I'm like emptying out things. Way to go. I'm not just wasting my money after all. Okay, so now let's go ahead and set everything with the Redew Set and Refresh Setting Spray by Beauty Blender. Let's see how we like it. So far I really like the mist, so we'll just see how we'll see how it all comes together. That is such a fine mist. Such a fine mist. I felt like I had to do like 10 pumps. That's okay because I normally do like 10 pumps just to saturate my face and like just make sure that I've got everything because I'm like better safe than sorry, you know what I mean? Well, there's like a few little blotches. Let me just dab those in. Oh my god, do you guys see this? Where it landed? How it took off my makeup? Look at that. Can you see that? And right here? What the fuck? Look at that. It took like all my makeup off right here and these little dots. Okay, what the fuck? Do not like this. No. No and no. Oh my god. That was really disappointing. That's going right back in the box. That just disappointed the fuck out of me. Now I have to redo some of my makeup. Okay. So I don't know how this is going to work because I already have powder on. So I'm just going to kind of dab some foundation in place and hope to God that this works. Actually, I'm just going to do concealer. Let's just dab a little bit of concealer in place and hopefully this doesn't create too much texture. That is so sad, y'all. That is so sad. Like, I was so excited about it because I really liked the mist on it and no. No. Okay, let's let's redo this process. Let's set it into place. I'm just gonna use, since it's just under eye, I'm just gonna use the Fenty setting powder in the shade Lavender and just use my bullet crease powder brush for that. Okay, so fuck that setting spray. Let's use a different one. Let's just use our tried and true Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. This one's a pretty good one that I know and love, so let's just go for that. There we go. 4 pumps and my face is saturated, unlike 10, and I still feel like I wasn't saturated, and then it ruined my fucking makeup. So yes. Oh my god, I can't believe that's how my day started. Jeez. Okay, so now let's go in with a little bit of lip. So what I'm going to use to line, to use the Fenty lip paint so it doesn't bleed all over me, because it did bleed all over me in the store. So I'm just going to try the Bite Beauty lip liner in the shade 100. The shade 100. So let's just see how these two go together. I hear them out there with a chainsaw right now. They better not be hacking up that tree that was out front of my car. They better not be hacking it up and putting it in front of my car because I have to go to fucking work. I will be so pissed. So it's obviously way darker than my lip liner. Did not plan on that. Sorry. I don't think I actually have a lip liner dark enough for this, to be quite honest. I feel like you have to be really, really precise with this or it just gets everywhere. Okay guys, what do we think? Is it too dark? I kind of like the dark, like vampy look lately though, so I don't know, you guys let me know what you think. All right, so last but not least, let's pop on the House of Lashes Marigold style and see how we like it. All right, okay guys, so that is it for our get ready with me first impressions type deal that we have going on today. So what do we think about the finished look? Do we like it? Is it a yay? Is it an A? That setting spray was definitely a no. Still thinking about the lip. I can't decide if it's too dark or not. But I like the liner. It's definitely really thin, so if you want a thick liner, don't go for that one for sure. I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're really shaky like me and you need to start thin, that's a good one to start with. I liked it pretty well. So, and I just used the Modern Renaissance palette on my eyes. Nothing new with that. So, all in all, I think it looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm still, like I said, still deciding on the lip. But other than that, I give it a thumbs up. I hope that you guys will too. If you like it, surely give it a thumbs up. If you like my vibe and you want to see more videos like this, I do videos like this all the time, all makeup, all skincare. Just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of me in the future and I'll be seeing a lot more of you. All right? I love you guys. Peace out.